Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. So, as the Browns gear up for their season finale, all eyes are on the matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. It's more than just a regular end-of-year game. It's a showdown that's packed with storylines, potential future implications, and a lot of pride for Cleveland fans. And the spotlight is especially bright on the rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who's been making waves this season, trying to establish himself as a legitimate NFL starter. Facing off against none other than Joe Burrow, one of the league's top quarterbacks and a reigning star, this game feels like a passing of the torch moment for Sanders, even if it's just his first showdown with a quarterback of Burrow's caliber. Now, just to give you a little context, Burrow was asked about Sanders during his press conference on Wednesday, and what he had to say was pretty telling. Instead of dismissing the rookie or brushing him off, Burrow showed a lot of respect. He mentioned that he's enjoyed watching Sanders play in college and that he sees a lot of promise in him. Burrow pointed out that Sanders has made a ton of plays, has a solid arm, and handles himself well under the spotlight, something that's not easy for a young quarterback, especially one who's been under the media microscope from the moment he stepped onto the NFL stage. Burrow's comments were genuine, respectful, and insightful. He acknowledged Sanders' talent, noting that he's seen all the clips, and in every one, Sanders seems to be handling the pressure like a seasoned vet. That's high praise coming from a guy like Joe Burrow, who's known for his coolness and leadership on the field. It's clear that Burrow recognizes the potential in Sanders and respects how he's managing the spotlight, which is crucial for a young quarterback trying to find his footing in the league. And it's not just Burrow who's been paying attention. Cleveland fans know that last offseason, the Browns acquired Joe Flacco, a veteran quarterback, to serve as a backup and mentor. Flacco has been around the league long enough to see talent when he sees it, and reportedly, he and Burrow have discussed Sanders and his abilities. That's a pretty good endorsement coming from someone who's been in the NFL trenches for years, seeing young quarterbacks come and go. It's also a sign that the league is taking notice of Sanders' talent and maturity, even if he's just in his first year. Now let's talk about the numbers, because honestly, they're pretty impressive for a rookie who just got elevated from third string to starting quarterback. Over 7 games, 6 of which he started, Sanders has thrown for nearly 300 yards, specifically 289 yards, and has accounted for 7 passing touchdowns. He's also scored 1 rushing touchdown, showing he's versatile and willing to use his legs when needed. That's a pretty solid stat line for a guy who's still figuring out the league, and it's been especially impressive given the chaos of the Browns' season, which has seen its fair share of ups and downs at the quarterback position. But here's where things get interesting, Browns fans. The future of Cleveland's quarterback situation is anything but set in stone. As of the end of Week 17, the Browns hold the 7th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, which gives them a real opportunity to draft another quarterback if they decide to go that route. It's possible they look for a young gunslinger to push Sanders, or even take over if he doesn't meet expectations. And of course, everyone's talking about Deshaun Watson, who's been dealing with injuries and inconsistent play since arriving in Cleveland. Rumors are swirling that Watson might be nearing a return, and that could shake things up even more in the quarterback race. The Browns' front office has always been strategic about their picks and roster moves, especially at the most critical position on the field. They've invested heavily in Watson, but the performance this season hasn't quite lived up to expectations, and some fans are wondering if they'll consider drafting another quarterback to compete in the coming years. That's not to say Sanders' job is guaranteed, far from it. But the fact that he's earning respect from peers like Burrow and Flacco is a promising sign that he's on the right track. The offseason will be crucial for him, for Watson, and for the entire Browns organization as they decide whether to stick with the current plan or make some bold moves. And let's not forget, Cleveland's coaching staff has been impressed with Sanders' development, his work ethic, and his ability to handle the pressure of being thrown into the spotlight so early in his career. The coaching staff has been known for their developmental approach, and if Sanders continues to improve, he could become a major piece of Cleveland's future. But the competition is fierce, and the Browns are always looking for ways to upgrade, whether that's through the draft or free agency. Now, thinking about the big picture, Browns fans, this game against Cincinnati is more than just a divisional rivalry. It's a reflection of where Cleveland stands right now, at a crossroads, trying to find stability at quarterback, while also nurturing young talent like Sanders. The division is tightening up, and with teams like the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers always lurking, every game, every play counts. The AFC North is arguably the most competitive division in the league, and this game could be a signal of what's to come for the Browns moving forward. In terms of expectations, the Browns are still focused on building a solid foundation, and the development of Sanders is a big part of that puzzle. The coaching staff and front office are keenly watching his progress, and fans are eager to see if he can maintain his momentum and maybe even lead Cleveland to some big wins down the stretch. But they're also mindful that this game and the upcoming offseason will be critical in shaping the team's future. Will they draft a quarterback to challenge Sanders? Will Watson come back stronger? These are questions that will be answered in the coming months, but what's clear is that Sanders has already made a mark, and the league is starting to notice. Looking ahead, the Browns have a lot to be optimistic about. Their defense has been playing solid, and the offense has shown flashes of brilliance. The key now is consistency and smart decisions in the offseason. Cleveland fans are hungry for that elusive Super Bowl, and every game, every season brings them one step closer or sometimes further away. But if Sanders continues to develop and thrive, he could be the spark that propels Cleveland back into serious title contention. It's an exciting time, and the division's shifting power dynamics add an extra layer of intrigue. Remember, this game against Cincinnati isn't just about the present, it's about the future. It's about seeing how young players like Sanders stack up against proven stars like Burrow. It's about the Browns' quest to find stability at quarterback, to build around their core, and to finally make that long-awaited Super Bowl run. The Browns have been through a lot, but with every passing game and every development, they're inching closer to that goal. It's a season of hope, growth, and big questions, and Browns fans, you should be as excited as ever to see where this journey takes us. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Sanders' performance this season? Do you believe he can be Cleveland's future franchise quarterback? How do you see the QB race shaping up in the offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.